Hello everybody, what's up, RezenatorZen? Now, as I said, I was going to do a review of Breaking Dawn. When I was done with it, I just finished it. I just want to say at the beginning of this, if you haven't read the rest of the series and you don't want any spoilers, pause the video and leave. Let's just go down straight to the business of it. I honestly didn't think that Bella was going to survive the book, for whatever reason. There are two major reasons why I didn't think she was going to survive the book. That she was going to die off and as a sacrifice, and things were going to go different. First off, I thought that RezenatorZen was going to kill her completely, just by draining her, but I was happily taken aback by how I was wrong. And B, I thought the Volturi, however you want to pronounce it, the Volturi, were going to kill her because she hadn't become immortal. Um, it's it's a nice book. It wraps things up very well. It starts off with Bella coming back and keeping things from Charlie and putting on a mask and stuff like that. It changes to um, Jacob, which I liked because it changed the pace from being a Bella focused book to we're gonna focus on Jacob and see how he is affected by these things. And a lot happens when it's going to Jacob. Um, they're worried. They don't know. They don't know what's going on with Bella. Um, they really don't have any clue. The first time he runs in there and he's like, "What's going on?" He explains things. He leaves. He's having trouble dealing with Sam, and Sam's like, well, you have to make a choice. Well, he doesn't say that, but he puts him in a position where he has to make a choice. And he chooses to disobey Sam and go off and create a schism between the pack, where he takes his blood right and becomes the alpha. And he goes to warn Bella and the Cullens of the impending slaughter that Sam has planned, which makes Sam reticent to actually do anything, and they're all really on edge. And then from there it switches to um, Bella, and I like that because the books are focused mainly on Bella and how she's dealing with it. I loved how it switched to Jacob and then switched back to Bella. And it didn't even miss a beat. It was just it was well done. And then there's something happens, and she gives birth to Rosalie. People, um, I like that because everybody assumes that Rosalie was the bad person just because she wanted a kid. She didn't really care about Bella. She didn't really care about Bella. She never really has cared for Bella, but she was worried about the child. Um, and you warm up to her because it turns out that she's not just focused on the child. She really was worried about Bella. And before it changes to Bella, at the last couple pages, um, I find it really funny that you think one thing happens. You think one thing happens at the end of the book of Jacob, and something completely other happens when it picks up with Bella. I just love that. It's like building, 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 not what you really thought it was. Which I loved. I loved how it was like, oh, building, 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 bait and switch. I really liked how they, I should say, I liked how Stephanie actually extrapolated Bella's natural born talent for Edward not being able to do anything, or Alec or Jane being able to do anything. I like that because it really frustrated them because it's something that they couldn't control. And when she was a newborn vampire, she was really controlled. When she was transforming, she stayed silent. She didn't do anything. She just stayed there and was just. She took the pain because she didn't want to hurt anybody. She inwardly stopped herself. And it's just really funny. And then she finally wakes up as a vampire, and I like how everything looks clearer to her, and how you can know there's a noticeable difference with her. That there's a noticeable change in her demeanor when she becomes a vampire. She's really worried because she's really worried that she might snap and hurt her child. And when she first becomes a newborn, they keep her far away from RezenatorZen because they are so afraid of what she might do since she has a heartbeat. It's really funny because, I mean, when you think that Alice is gone, you think she's gone. And I mean, I really got choked up at the point of the book where it's almost to the end, where everybody's saying goodbye to their mates. They're saying goodbye, and they're kissing each other, and it's as if they're going to die. They're just preparing to. I mean, that was really heart-wrenching to read. I shed a few tears for it. I mean, it was just that emotional. And the book ends on a wholly different note than I thought it was going to end. There's one thing that I wish that would have been better or not have happened was making RezenatorZen seem less important or less rare. Which I liked her thinking of her as like a one in a lifetime shot. And stuff, but other than that, I liked it. Now I might do a second part where I go more in depth with the story and give you passages and stuff like that. But this is going to give you a general review of the whole novel, which I really liked this novel, the final novel. I wish it had ended slightly differently. I was expecting so much of a different ending than what it was, which sort of made me not angry, but surprised. But I was expecting a fight, and it really doesn't culminate in really that big of a fight, but it really is a good book series. If you really like vampires or romance, I suggest Twilight, the Twilight Saga, because it's a vampire book, but it's really a romance series. it really romanticizes